coffee at 1:30. Hey friends, welcome to today's video. Today we are playing an all brand new makeup. I'm so excited about this video. I purchased a lot of makeup last week and I was hoping that I could film it quickly and get it up right away because a lot of this is brand new launches, but didn't happen. Paul and I's wedding anniversary was this week, and so we decided at the total last minute to go to San Antonio for 2 days. Well, for one night, but we were gone. I basically wasn't able to work for 2 days, which was actually kind of nice. It was needed. It was so fun. We had a great time. But anyway, here I am finally filming. I'm going to be using new products from Rare Beauty. I'm going to be using the new Charlotte Tilbury palette. Yes, so let's go ahead and dive right in. I don't have anything on my skin right now. One thing that I wanted to do was use the new Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. I believe it's a setting spray and a primer. Yeah, primes and sets for up to 16 hours. So Angie told me about this. So I thought I would pick it up and give it a shot. I love setting sprays. I think good ones really do work and are worth the extra step. Because I have these lash extensions, I haven't been using them lately because I just try not to get product in my lashes. So what we're gonna do is we are actually gonna kind of cover them. There we go. Okay, just to kind of prime the skin. And I was filming earlier this morning and then I removed my makeup, so I put a little bit more moisturizer on just so that my skin wasn't so, you know, so angry at me. Okay, so for foundation, we're gonna go in with the new Rare Beauty foundation. What is the name of this foundation? There's no description of the name of it. Hang on, I think I have the package over here. Okay, so this is the Liquid Touch Weightless Foundation. I got the shade 190 Warm. It's a foundation elixir that feels barely there while building coverage and boosting your natural glow. Now, I have actually worn this. Have I worn it once or twice? I think I wore it once. And I really liked the way that it applied. It was super lightweight. It reminded me of like the Serum foundations that are just so lightweight. The texture of it is really, really interesting and very different than a typical foundation. Almost like water. So we are going to apply this to the skin. I do like that it has a big doe foot applicator to make application pretty nice and easy. And this spreads really well. A little bit of it goes a long way. So what I recommend is kind of, I say not applying a lot, but it looks like I applied a lot, right? Just kind of get, you know, good coverage over the face and then blend out with your favorite foundation brush. I'm gonna start by pressing in the center of the face. Because this foundation is so lightweight, you'll find that it blends out like that. It takes no time to blend. It's also pretty forgiving in terms of shades because it is more sheer. Like this one looks pretty yellow on me, but it really does blend into the skin nicely. When I wore it, I noticed that it had a really like radiant look to it, a very natural, hydrated look, almost like your skin looks after you apply a rich moisturizer. That's kind of how it left the skin. I felt like it looked really pretty. I don't remember it wearing all day on me though. So I'm just going to kind of work this into the skin, buff it in little circles. It gives pretty good coverage though. It really does for being so lightweight. It gives more coverage than you would think. You'd almost think that it was like a tint of coverage, but it actually will cover pretty well. Now it says that it's buildable, so I'm going to kind of blend this in. I'm gonna let it sit for a minute or two, and then I'm gonna go and add any that I feel like I might need a little more coverage, which really is gonna be right around the nose. You can still see it's kind of pink right there, so I'm gonna see if I can cover that a bit better. Okay, I'm gonna zoom you guys in really close so you can see what the skin looks like before we move on to the next step. So this is what the skin looks like. Very light, natural, soft, radiant. It's a little bit of a glow. You can still see the skin through it, but it did a great job of evening things out. I'm gonna add a little bit more here, just on the nose, and kind of blend what's left into the center of the face because I want to cover that. But other than that, I don't really feel like I need to build to get more coverage anywhere. It is so lightweight. Okay. There we go, that's good. All right, next we're gonna move on to concealer. I didn't pick up the Rare Beauty concealer. I picked up a few of her products, but that was one that I skipped on. So I'm gonna use the Fenty Beauty Concealer to conceal under the eyes, and I have shade 230. Okay. I did just prime the under eye area with a little bit of the ELEMIS Absolute Eye Serum. If I feel like my under eyes are really dry, or if I'm doing what I'm doing today, which is filming, removing makeup, filming, putting more makeup on, I like to use that to prime under the eye before I go in with concealer so I don't have a really dry, you know, cakey look. And I'm gonna go in with the BK Beauty sponge to blend this into the skin. I just realized that my phone was like, it had the auto dictate or whatever you call it when you speak into text and it translates everything. So I just sent Paul a text that says, guys, I'm really close. You can see what the skin looks like before. So he basically picked up that. And he says, A, he's like, what is going on here? Funny. Leave me alone. Let me film. Okay, so I'm gonna press this underneath the eye. I do like this concealer. I don't know if it's the particular shade that I like or the formula, but it just really nicely brightens the under eye area. And I find that it stays on pretty well. It gives good coverage and it doesn't look heavy. What is the hardest product for you to find? Like, what I mean by, do you struggle with finding the perfect foundation that checks all your boxes, or is it concealer? I feel like for me, it is foundation and concealer that checks all my boxes, because you know, I want something that's gonna give good coverage but not look heavy. I want something that's gonna last all day. I feel like searching for the perfect foundation and concealer is like searching for a unicorn or something sometimes. But this is a good one. Okay, perfect, press that in. Okay, I do wanna mention that the foundation feels a little tacky. Like, it definitely feels like you wanna set it with a powder or it'll move. And again, that's just what it feels like. I don't know that it actually will move, but it feels like you gotta set it. So I'm going to set it with a little bit of the translucent powder from LANCOME. This is the Long Time No Shine powder. And this is a very mattifying powder. It really just cancels out any glow. So I'm gonna use a big fluffy brush and I'm gonna use very little product. I'm actually gonna kind of bounce it off my hand so that I don't get an excess amount of product. And I'm just going to set everything really, really softly. You can also use the lid of the powder to kind of bounce it back and forth as well as your hand, just to make sure you don't get too much. Okay, that's pretty. Okay, so I think the foundation looks good. I remember when I first put it on being really impressed. I actually like Marco Polo'd a few friends and I was like, look at this foundation, some other YouTuber friends, because I was really pleased with it. It's just the wearability that I'm not sure is there. If you want to see a dedicated like foundation review wear test, let me know in the comment section below. I will pin a comment up here that tells you how it wears on me today. Today's not a good day for me to do check-ins and all that because of some things that are going on. I'm gonna be washing my face again. Otherwise I would totally do it today. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to bronzer. Did I get my bronzer? Oh, hello, I'm holding it. I'm like, where's that bronzer? I'm gonna use the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush bronzer and I have the shade number 2 medium. I like this bronzer. I picked it up maybe a month or so ago and I do like it. It has a nice level of warmth to it. It feels very silky. It's like a very silky powder, kind of like her pressed powders. So it blends really nicely. Let me pull you guys out a little bit. I think we're a little too close. Okay, there we are. You can still, we're still up close, but now you can see the whole face in the frame. I was like, wait a minute, we're a little too close there. Okay. Okay, perfect. Okay, next I'm going to kind of clean up under the eye here with the 108 brush. Okay, brows. I do have a new brow product to try with you guys. It is the Rare Beauty Brow Harmony, and I got the shade Cool Brown. I've actually been using this, and I like the formula, but I think the color is just too dark for me. I should have gotten, I think it was taupe or something. It's very, very rich in pigment. Like you just, I mean, you barely apply any pressure, and you get a lot of payoff. And this color is just, I mean, it works, but I should have gone one shade lighter, especially because it is so intense and rich that it's real easy to go too dark with this one on me. But I got it and I used it and I'm not gonna return it. So we're just gonna make it work. The tip of it is kind of shaped like a triangle. Do you see that? There you go. So it is pretty thick there at the bottom, which I feel like you either like that or you don't. If you use the tip, you can get nice little, finer strokes here in the bulk of the brow, but Once that starts to dull out, it will be hard to get real fine strokes. So if you are someone that likes a pencil that gives really fine detail strokes, I have a feeling this one's gonna be this one isn't gonna work out for you because it's too thick and it's really creamy. So which is nice, you know, it pays off well, but that tip is gonna dull down quickly. So I almost like don't even pencil in my brows like I normally would because I'm afraid that it's gonna be too much. I'm gonna use the other side, which I do like a lot. This is their gel, and I think this color is perfect. It's much lighter. It is kind of more of that light brown taupe, and I love the brush on it. It's very, very small, so you can really control where you apply it in the brow. And I'm gonna put this in here just to kind of give a little bit of volume to the brows, but also kind of blend and soften that pencil. Okay, all right. And I think I even need to take a clean spoolie, like a clean mascara wand, and just go over this once because that got too much product in there. Yeah, so I'm not sure how I feel about the brow pencil. There are some pros to it, but I also think the pros of it could be a con for some people. You know, like it being so creamy and just like, you know, as soon as you apply it, it's right there. Like that's harder to work with, right? But I do like that it's a pencil on one side, a gel on one side. I like the size of the brush. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about it yet, but I will let you know. Okay, next for cheeks, we're gonna go in with the Rare Beauty blush, and it is a liquid blush or a cream blush. I love the packaging on this collection. I just think it's so beautiful and unique. I really, really like it. I got the shade Happy. Rare Beauty was pretty limited when I showed up because again, I got there maybe a week after it launched and kind of things were hard to find, but I do like this color. This is a color that I would have purchased. There was another color that I wanted, but they were out of stock. Okay, so I'm gonna smile and I'm gonna just kind of pop this right on my cheek. I do remember this having a lot of pigment, so not wanting to apply too much, just a little bit. And I'm actually gonna go in with my, my foundation brush. Let's just stick with that. And I'm just gonna bounce it directly on top of the blush and then pull it up a little bit. This does have a lot of color for a cream blush. Some cream blushes are a little easier to sheer out. I think this one takes a little more work, and it's one that you kind of have to work a little quicker on. It's beautiful though. It's really, really beautiful. That is really pretty. So with this, the key is being using very little. If you apply a lot, it's gonna be hard to blend out or sheer out. You'll have really intense cheeks, which is really easy to fix, right? You can always just go over it with a beauty blender or your foundation a little bit. But like even right here, I feel like I got a little too much here, so I'm just gonna take my beauty sponge and lighten that. But yeah, that's perfect. And I didn't even use much blush. So if I had gone in with the amount of blush I would normally have used, I would have applied way too much. So be careful with this one. I want to try this new liquid shadow I got from One Size, which is Patric Starr's collaboration, or it's not a collaboration, it's his collection at Sephora. It is a liquid glitter eyeshadow. I'm going to show you what it looks like. It is so beautiful. I just got so excited when I saw that. I normally don't wear liquid glitter shadows like this, but I thought this was really, truly just stunning. But it's also going to, I'm just gonna use a couple shades from this. So I'm gonna film another video tomorrow, really diving into this palette. So today we're just gonna use this kind of as an accent. I haven't even used this yet. It arrived, it actually arrived when we were in San Antonio, but I got it yesterday. So this is the palette, it's so pretty. So what we're gonna do is we are gonna go onto the lid, and we're gonna start with this. I'm gonna do one eye at a time because I don't know how quickly this will dry. Okay, and I'm just gonna kind of brush this over the lid. Okay, and then we're gonna take a shadow brush and kind of blend it so that it covers it nice and evenly. Okay, so, how do I feel about this? Okay, it's pretty. The glitter chunks are thicker than I would like though. I was kind of hoping that I was gonna get a nice consistent coverage of shimmer, but I feel like I'm getting just chunks of sparkle in certain areas. Am I doing this wrong? Let's see. Maybe I need to apply more and not sheer it out so much. Is that what I need to do? Okay. It's beautiful, wow. I'm gonna be real fancy at pickup today. Okay, so that worked a little better. I applied more, and instead of shearing it out, I'm just kind of pressing. That's some glitter, you guys. I don't know. I'm gonna add a little more here just so it's kind of consistent and not like random chunks of glitter. Wow. Okay, I don't know about this. This is, what do you think? Okay, I think this would be better as a topper, maybe, and not so much like a eyeshadow. Yeah, it says Eye Popper Sparkle Vision Eyeshadow. So maybe this would be better applied on top of a shadow, just so you have a nice like base of consistency. Okay, we're gonna let that dry for a second so we can go into the crease. And I might actually layer some shadow on top of it, which we'll see how that works. It might be a little bit, it might be a bit too much, but we're just gonna try. Okay, I'm gonna go right under here. Okay, then for the crease, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna grab this shade right here. It's the middle shade in this little trio of Happy Glow. It's kind of a warm matte brown. It's got a lot of orange in it. And I'm just going to kind of put that right on the outer corner of my lid and work it into the crease. I think I should have saved that liquid shadow for another day. I think it kind of took this look in a different direction. Okay. Well, you know what? Sometimes you do things and they work, and sometimes you do things and you learn. All right, I'm gonna blend this, but this shadow is blending really beautiful. All right, so I am kind of layering it on the lid and then buffing it into the crease. I'm gonna kind of take it almost into the brow here. Just a very sheer blend into the brow. All right. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I'm a fan of that glitter. I'm just not a fan of it. I want it to be less chunky and more consistent, but that's okay. Okay, next we're gonna go in with a, what are we gonna do? We are going to grab this shade right here, and it's the lightest shade in the Dream Glow little trio. It's kind of this shimmery pink opalescent color. Do you see that? There we go. So it's got a tint of pink to it. It kind of looks opal-y, very pretty. We're gonna use a 203 brush and we're gonna pack that in the center of the eye. Yeah, that glitter was, glitter is gonna make things a little challenging here. Okay, well, lesson learned, Lisa. Let's save the glitter for a day when we are not wanting to play with a new palette. Okay, that's nice. It actually covered that really well. You still see the glitter, but it did a good job of fixing it. Ooh, this is pretty. I like these two colors together. Even though they're in separate looks in the palette, they look really, really good together. Nice, okay. Let's kind of clean up any fallout. Coffee is so, so good. Okay, next we are gonna take, let's see how we're doing. Next, I'm gonna take this shade right here. It's the brown matte in the Seduce little trio. And we're gonna pop that on the very outer corner with a 202 brush. We're just gonna use the tip. And I'm gonna just pop it right out here to give a little bit more depth. And I'm gonna really work it in the outer corner and on the lid. I'm not gonna really work it in the crease. I don't wanna cover up that first shade we did. I want that color to be what you see in the crease. I just want this to be in the outer corner to make it a little darker. Okay, very pretty. I just love Charlotte Tilbury's formula. They are so nice. Okay. All right, then I'm gonna take that first brush we used, I'm gonna dip it into that first color we used, that real peanut buttery brown, and we're gonna just go over it, just so we keep that warmth there. Oh, that's nice. Okay, then let's clean up. Got lots of glitter down here. Pretty. Okay, for the lower lash line, I'm gonna dig into this color right here. It's this shimmery, deeper pink. Really pretty, kind of like a soft cranberry color. We're gonna use that one. And we are going to really work that into the lower lash line. This foundation looks so nice. Very, very natural on the skin. Pop a little mascara on. This is the NARS Climax mascara. So for lips, we're gonna move on, and I'm using a new product to me. I don't believe this is a new launch. Actually, this is my first Patric product, is that right? I think it might be my first Patric product. It is his Precision Lip Crayon, and I got the shade Oh She's Single, which actually is a little more brown than I wanted it to be, but This is what the packaging looks like. It's a really beautiful packaging. It has a nice little kind of push mechanical component. And I'm going to line the lips with this because this leans a little more brown than I thought. I thought it was going to be more of a peachy pink. I'm going to have a really light hand because I don't want that to be too dark. It also, like the Rare Beauty component, it has a wider, thicker shape to the tip, so you are going to have trouble getting a real precise line, but I actually prefer this because you get more of a blended lip line. I feel like when you have a real sharp lip pencil, that's when it's harder to get that lip liner to blend with the lip. This makes it a lot easier because it's a really creamy, soft formula, and it's nice and thick. It's really good for creating a much fuller looking lip naturally. It's really a creamy formula. Easily kind of fill in the lips and press together, and it'll kind of spread the product nicely. That's really nice. I like the formula. The color, I would have gone with something a little pinkier, but the formula is really nice. And then for lips, I'm going to use the Rare Beauty Empathy Dewy Lip Balm. They were out of the lipstick formula that they launched, the Soufflé lip product, I think is what it's called. They didn't have any shades that I liked, so I picked this up. And I'm actually glad I did because even though it's described as a lip balm, it has a lot of color. I was surprised. It's kind of like just a really hydrating lip gloss. Really hydrating lipstick. Oh my gosh, this feels like butter. Feels so good on the lips. Okay, so that lip is definitely a little bit more brown than I would like. I want to show you what this lip color looks like on its own because this isn't a good representation because that brown really does change it, but it's a really pretty like a corally or peachy pink, I should say. It's got a nice high shine. It feels so good on the lips. I really, really like this formula. I would not guess that this was a lip balm. I really wouldn't. If I put this on my lips, I would just assume it was a really hydrating lipstick. So don't be fooled by that name. I think the name can be a little misleading. So it feels on the lips similar to how the foundation feels on the skin. It has that really lightweight slip to it, really unique, very different than other lipsticks. That feels really good. Okay, so that was fun. All right, let's talk about what we like and what we would pass on. Okay, so let's talk about the foundation. I really like this formula. I will kind of note how this looks throughout the day, and I'll leave a comment pinned to the top on how it wore. Again, I'm only gonna be able to have this on for the next 3 or 4 hours, and then I'm gonna have to switch it up. So today wasn't the best day for a foundation review. If you wanna see a foundation review, let me know in the comment section below, and I definitely can film that for you guys. The blush, I like this formula. It's beautiful. It's really pigmented though, so a little bit goes a long way. My recommendation would be just doing one little dab and blending that out, and then if you want more color, adding. But if you add what you would normally do in a normal liquid or other type of liquid or formula blush, you're gonna find that it's probably gonna be too much. So just do one little dot, see where that takes you, and then add more if you want more. Okay. I'm sorry, I wasn't a fan of this glitter liquid eyeshadow. And maybe it was because I was applying it wrong. I think that this would be a great product to put on top of a shadow look. I think it'd be a great product to layer like heavily by itself, but not really pair it with other shadows. So I think I need to give this one another try, but in a different look, because it didn't really work well with other shadows. The stars of this tutorial would definitely be the lipstick, the lip balm from Rare Beauty. I love that. I do like the foundation. The brow pencil, I'm kind of on the fence about. I think that it has some qualities to it that one might say, this is great. You know, it's rich in pigment. It's really creamy. It transfers on the skin with very little pressure and ease, which is nice. However, if you have a heavier hand or you have a hard time controlling or getting a precise brow and that's what you're going for, those qualities could actually work against you. So it kind of depends on what you're looking for. I do think it's a good product. It just might be best for someone that has, you know, likes a bit of a more of a dramatic brow. I also think that the shade that I got was too dark, so I do need to go down on the shade, but I like how it has a pencil and a gel on either side. That's really nice. Okay, what else do we talk about? Patric lip pencil. I really like the formula. It's nice and creamy, very pigmented, easy to blend. I will look for another shade in this because I wasn't too crazy about this particular shade, but aside from shade choice, I really, really like this formula. Okay, let's talk about the Charlotte Tilbury palette, the Bejeweled Eyes to Hypnotize palette. I need to play with this some more, but I already know I'm gonna love it. I have yet to buy a Charlotte Tilbury palette that I don't like. Of course, I pick palettes that I'm drawn to the colors, this being no different. It's very neutral, but you definitely have some pops of color. The formula is really nice. I like the packaging of it. I do plan to film a video fully reviewing and showing swatches and all of that very, very soon, hopefully tomorrow. So that video will be up soon. And what else? Oh, the setting spray. Let's actually set the foundation now that we have everything on. Okay. All right. There is definitely a strong fragrance to this, but I believe this is alcohol free. I think is that correct? Let me confirm that, but I believe this is an alcohol free setting spray, which kind of piqued my interest. So, all right, so the makeup is done. If you've tried any of these products, I'd love to know your thoughts on them. Let us know in the comment section down below. As always, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. I feel like I have lipstick on my teeth. Do I have lipstick on my teeth? I just feel because my lips are darker than they normally are. Oh, no, but I have something in my teeth. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.